Hi guys, welcome to Duolingo Preparation Made Easy, Week 1, Day 4, and the trainer is Miss Shruti.
Okay, these are just some basic instructions for all of you. Make sure you have a stable internet connection and a noise-free environment. We recommend you to use your earphones for the best experience. Your microphones and cameras have been turned off during the session, so any queries you have, please do put it on the chat box. Participate actively and stay on topic. Respect your instructor, your classmates, and yourself. Be respectful and professional. These are the memberships offered. As you've registered on our website, you've been upgraded to the bronze membership for free. So if you go for the silver membership, you would be getting comprehensive IELTS GRE preparation, USHOT Pro University recommendations, smart application tracking, and also free 100 hours GRE course. If you go for the gold membership, you would be getting access to one-on-one Duolingo and IELTS classes, comprehensive IELTS GRE preparation, expert university recommendations, and also a dedicated counselor for the entire application process, which includes the statement of purpose, letter of recommendation, and also visa. So we have an option called free profile evaluation with our experts. So under this, you would be getting comprehensive evaluation, university shortlisting, course recommendations, country recommendations, and a recommendations report at the end of the session. During the session, you can clarify all your doubts regarding the study abroad process with our experts. We are having free GRE live classes from Monday to Friday, 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. It's a 2-month course or an 8-week course. Okay, so guys, please do join. Now I will just explain how you can get access to all this. So this is our ubergrad.com website, right? So if you go to your name and go to My Test Preparation, you will see an option called Duolingo English Live Comprehensive Live Classes Course. Just click on View and go to week 1 and day 3. Okay. If you go here, this is the handout of today's session. I'll be sharing the link on the chat box as well. If you want the session recording of yesterday's class, you can go to listening day 2 and go to the last link. This is the link for yesterday's recording. So anybody who has missed the session can always go through this video and get the session. Right? Now, I would request.
Okay, guys. So to all the students who have attended yesterday, you know that we have started our writing session yesterday, where we spoke about write about the photo, where you will be looking at a photo. Let me share the Telegram link. Okay, we'll be sharing it. Okay. So we will be talking about, like yesterday we spoke about, write about the photo, where you will be seeing the photo and you will be describing it. This is one of the major tasks of writing. And today we are going to discuss 2 other major tasks of writing. One is read then write. The other one is writing sample. Okay. So, but the thing is, both of them have the same format, where they'll be giving you a question and you have to write about it. The first one is going to be evaluated as part of the examination. The second one was initially not evaluated as a part of the examination, but now it is considered for the examination. Okay. Previously, the writing sample is used to send the sample to universities, showing a sample of how good the student is writing. Okay. But now it is also used to send to the universities. At the same time, it is also used to score in the Duolingo examination. Okay. So let's go in. This is a very important part. This is the biggest writing task in the Duolingo examination. Okay. Now, so the topics that we are going to discuss are write about the topic, read and write. Okay. So this is how the question is going to look in the examination. Here, the number of minutes, as I told you, you'll be getting 5 minutes to write. And it says respond to the question in at least 50 words, which means you will have to write minimum of 50 words for you to move on to the next question. Okay. And if you can write as much as possible, but be confident with your grammar. Okay. This is the topic that you should be talking about or writing about. And the question is always visible to you on the left. Because if you see, there are multiple questions in it. A lot of information that you have to write about can be taken from the question itself, right? And you'll also be getting a word count here like this, which will help you write better. Cool. Now let's look at some key points that you need to remember. You'll get an overall of 5 minutes to write an answer on a given topic. Make sure you use all the time to write your responses. Okay. You're expected to write one complete passage and coherent, which is like properly filled passage. Okay, don't try writing an essay, which means don't try writing multiple paragraphs. That's not important because it's just 50 words and more if you can, because we only have 5 minutes. Here you should make a format of the paragraph that you need to write, and at the same time, after writing, you should be able to have some time to review what you have written and correct it. Right? Cool. Now, you will be able to see the questions as you write. As I told you, the question is going to be displayed as you write. Okay, so which will help you get more topics while you are writing. Now, here is no preparation time, which means you will not be just seeing the question for 20 seconds or something and then you start writing. As soon as the question is visible to you, the timer is going to start. Okay, so you get no preparation time. And write a minimum of 50 words and if possible, effectively write more to showcase your ideas. Once again, to all the new students here, Duolingo is completely system evaluated, which means the more you write, the more number of questions you answer, the system is going to understand the level of English more. Okay, so if you're not confident with writing a long paragraph or a long passage, in that case, write as much as you're confident about, because Duolingo is the system is gonna evaluate everything you write and everything you answer, and according to that, the score is gonna be given. So write as much as you're confident about, so that Duolingo can only see what you're confident about and score you based on that. Okay, and writing more when you're not confident about the grammar or the sentence formation will result in lower scores. So be careful about it. Okay, your word count will appear below the text box, and you will not be able to click next until you have written at least 50 words. Okay, proofread carefully. Do not click next until you have checked your response and are ready to submit. So guys, this is very important because it is a passage. It is very important for you to look back in the end at the answer and correct any punctuations or any grammar, or if you want to change some words and use some synonyms and write and make it better, always go for it. Cool? Now, so how is it scored on? It is scored on grammatical accuracy and complexity. So how complex sentences, how are you trying to attach two sentences, what kind of words you're using, okay? And based on the situation, what kind of, because that they're going to give you a topic and you have to write relevant to the topic. So the words related to the topic, how well you are using, you'll be scored on all that stuff, okay? Lexical sophistication and diversity, what variety of words you can use, what variety and correct words you can use. Task relevance. What is task relevance? So if they're giving a certain topic to you, you should be trying to stick to the topic and write about the task itself. Try not deviating from the topic. Okay, I will help you understand more about being task relevant once we go forward. And minimum 50 words should be written. As I told you, you can write more. It is always better if you're confident. Okay, fluency and cohesion. So fluency and cohesion is being able to write sentences with a clear flow. Okay, how do we write? First sentence should explain that what is coming up next. Okay, the next sentence should explain when you are going to end it. Everything is a flow, right? How do you tell the story? It's like once upon a time there was a family. Okay, so next, you already know that next I'm going to tell about what kind of family it is, right? So there's a flow that you have to create in the passage, and I'll help you how to do that today. Now, first, it is very important to understand that what are the kind of topics that we will be coming across in the examination. Okay, the three kind of topics that we might come across, and three have to be written differently, right? So the first one is called describe. What is describe? Describe is if I give you a situation of COVID, okay, what happened during COVID, okay? Here you have to describe about COVID. How did it come from China or wherever, and how it has affected different countries, how India as a nation tried to fight it, and what are the effects, what are the changes. You have to describe what happened, because this is not something you can create, right? Or this is not something you can, what do you say, you might not be aware of. This is going to be a very general topic. Now, next one is recount. The second kind of question is recount. What is recount? Recount is nothing but you will be given a topic such as who is your best friend, or who is your best teacher, or write about an experience of yours when you really felt low, right? So this is going to be something about an experience which you recollect, okay, which you recollect. So this particular question will be answering about your experiences. And the third kind of question is going to be about make an argument. So here it will be about, is smoking good or bad, right? As a small topic. Or is studying international, studying abroad is good for the country or bad for the country. So it's an argument between two kinds of topics. Okay. And what do you stand for? Right? So in this case, you have to explain two topics and what you choose and what you are supportive for. Do you understand the difference between describe, recount, and argument? Okay, because when you read the topic and you understand what kind of question are you facing, based on that, you will have to make the sentence formation. When you come across a described question, it is just a single topic. Okay, you should know, okay, what has happened, what should have happened, how would this work out. What is recount? You should be thinking, okay, so what did I feel? Well, what has happened with you? Everything, your experiences, the way of writing will differ. When you're talking about argument, I support this because, I don't support this because, right? You have to write your perspective, all these things. Okay, now let's see. I am going to give you some tips and strategies which will help you to write the passage in a way that as soon as you look at the topic, you should have a format in your brain. How are you going to start it? How are you going to proceed with it? How are you going to conclude? Okay, so this will help you form a sequence, a flow, which will help you score better, because you will always be scored on how smooth the flow of topic is, how you are transitioning from one sentence to another sentence, how good the connectivity is between the sentences in the passage. Clear? Now, so the first one is always try finding out what kind of topic it is. Is it recount, or is it describe, or is it make an argument? Okay, let's do the small exercise. Come on, the first one. Do you think kids should study art and music at school? Okay, do you think kids should study art and music at school? What kind of question is this? Is it recount, or is it describe, or is it make an argument? Or you have to argue. Come on, guys, quickly give me some answers. What do you think this question is? What kind of question is this? What could be this about? It's very easy. Look at it. What do you think? Should is asking me your opinion. What is your opinion? That kids should study art and music at school or not? It's very easy, guys. Come on. Okay. So the first, if you look at it, kids should study art and music at school. I think kids should study art and music at school. See, here I'm taking a side. Okay. Or I can also say, I don't think kids should study art and music at school because I want them to focus on education. Do you understand? Here I'm trying to make an argument that this should happen or this should not happen. I stand for this should happen, or I don't stand for this should happen, right? So you're trying to make an argument here. Good. Now, the second one. What was one event when someone was treated unfairly? What was one event when someone was treated unfairly? What kind of question is this? What do you think? Is it recount, or is it describe, or is it make an argument? Come on, quickly tell me. What could this be about? Good, good. To all the students who have shared that the answer is recount, you're right. Because here you were asked to recollect about an event when someone was treated unfairly. Okay, so the recount kinds of questions are mostly going to be about you, your experience, right? Now the third one, talk about a country which is in economic trouble. Okay, 5 reasons of the issue and some possible solutions. Talk about a country which is in economic trouble. So what kind of question is this? Describe. Very good, very good. So you understood? So now just look at the difference between the first and the third question. First question is, what do you think? What is your opinion? Should kids study art and music at school? Or whereas when you see the third question, it talk about a country which is in economic trouble. So you can talk about Syria, right? I can talk about Sri Lanka, right? So here I'm only talking about one topic. I'm not standing and arguing, no, Sri Lanka is in economic trouble, or no, Sri Lanka is not in economic trouble. I'm not fighting for it. I'm just standing by the topic, okay, this is the country which is facing economic trouble, right? And I'm talking about what are the issues and some possible solutions. Clear? So here you're describing. Now, as you have figured out how to find what kind of question it is, now let's find the next one. Okay, we all are right. It is argument, recount, describe. Then we have to understand what is the structure that you should be using to write a passage. Because so for a person, imagine you got a question and you're writing your answer. But when anybody who reads your answer, they should be able to understand your answer without reading the question, right? So there should be an introducing sentence, introduction sentence, which is going to tell what you're going to talk about. Okay, what is your opinion about? Okay, so you have to introduce the topic you are going to speak about in the introduction sentence, and after speaking, you'll tell what are the points that you're going to talk about. So here you give a small gist what is coming up. So you're going to come up with some ideas and explanations, right? Then you tell about, okay, in this topic, now you elaborate on this topic. So I'll give you a small example. So in my opinion, my friend Shreya from school is my best friend. Okay, here I gave my opinion, or I think my friend Shreya from school is my best friend. Okay, and then after giving this introduction sentence, I tell, I think this because she has been very helpful to me and faithful to me as a friend. See, here I'm trying to elaborate on it. I'm trying to describe why she's my best friend. Okay, so here there's a flow, right? First I introduce her, then I tell about what she has done or deeper, right? Cool. Now let's go. So how do we introduce? Okay, we should have some introduction sentence. We can't always use the same introduction sentence because you will get two kinds of questions, right? So here, always in the first introduction sentence, you offer an opinion of yours. See, I'm telling you, I think Shreya is my best friend, or I believe that Shreya is my best friend. Here, so you understand, no matter what topic, so even if you come across this topic, okay, I think Sri Lanka is one country which is in economic trouble. Did you see? All these questions are talking about what you think. Okay, I think kids should study art and music at school. Or the one event where I thought someone was treated unfairly was a woman in KFC when she was working, something, right? See, it is about me, what I think, what I believe in, okay, what I saw, right? Simple. So here, look at some introductory statements that you can use. In my opinion, Sri Lanka is one of the countries which is facing economic crisis. Or from my perspective, Sri Lanka is suffering. Okay. Or I think Sri Lanka is one country which is facing economic crisis. Or I believe Sri Lanka is, right? I am truly convinced that. All these are telling the same thing, whereas they all are just different in words. Okay, so these are some of the introductory sentences that you can use to tell your opinion. Okay, first you tell your opinion and you also introduce the topic, right? I'll show you an example here. Look at the example here. The prompt says, the question says, in general, people are living longer today. Discuss some of the implications of this phenomenon. Okay, so our first task is to find what kind of question is this. Come on, guys, what kind of question is this? It's very easy. Come on, try. In general, people are living longer today. It's already a statement. Okay, discuss some of the implications of this phenomenon. What is this? What kind of question is this? Come on. Yes, it's a describe kind of question because the statement is already given. People are living longer today. And what are some of the implications, right? Okay, now let's try introducing our statement. How do we introduce a passage? Try introducing this. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's very easy. We have seen some introductory statements and I'll also show you the introductory statements. You can use this statements, anyone from the above, and tell what do you believe. Okay. In my opinion, nowadays, people are living longer today. That's great. That's great. Whoever has answered it. Okay. Because if you see, what did I say? First, you tell your opinion. So you told, in my opinion, and you're referring to the point. prompt, which is you're referring to the topic. You're introducing the topic here. So in my opinion, nowadays people are living longer today. Okay, cool. That's great. That's how you introduce. This one particular sentence is going to tell me that this particular person believes that people are living longer today. So he's going to talk about why he believes that people are living longer today, right? Now, let's look at an example answer for this. Okay, see, first answer says, I believe that people in many places of the world are living longer than previous generations. So here we just reframe the prompt. Okay, so just like one of the students here told, nowadays people are living longer today, right? Just like that, they have reframed. You can reframe it, but make sure that you refer to the prompt. I believe that people in many places of the world are living longer than previous generations, and this has both positive and negative implications. So if you see, guys, this is very important here. Look at this. What did this question ask? It said, in general, people are living longer today. Discuss some of the implications of this phenomenon. So this question says, see, this is happening. Now tell me about some implications, some consequences of this phenomena, right? So what did this person do? What is referring to the prompt? You are referring to the whole prompt, right? So what is the prompt telling? Tell me, people are living longer today. And what is happening because they're living longer, right? So here, we are not just referring to the prompt, and we're also telling this particular statement also. See, and this has both positive and negative implications, right? Which means this is clearly telling us that the next sentence is going to be about, the next continuous sentences are going to be about what are the positive things that are happening and what are the negative things that are happening. Do you think that's great? Okay, so keep it clear in your mind when you're trying to write an introduction statement. You're going to talk about your opinion, you're going to refer to the prompt, and then you're going to outline paragraphs. So this outlining paragraph is very easy based on the question itself, right? Discuss some of the implications of the phenomena, right? So this will help you to find your answer. We'll also see an alternative answer, okay, so that it helps us better. I am truly convinced that due to advances in modern medicine, people in many places of the world are living longer than previous generations. So here is also a point that he's thinking. Just like we try to reframe the sentence here, we're also trying to reframe it here. And this has two main implications for society. So this particular answer says, I'm only going to talk about two main implications. I'm not talking about positive or negative, but there are two main consequences that are happening. See how different it is. One person can only think of two. One person can think of positive and negative, right? Do you think this has given you a strong sense of how to write an introduction sentence? If yes, give me a quick thumbs up. One. Cool. Now let's go to the next point. So once you're done with your introduction sentence, you have to add something called supporting sentence, right? So what happened here? You introduced it and you also told what is coming next, right? What is coming next? So the supporting statements are nothing but they explain and develop the topic sentence. What is topic? Topic is nothing but the prompt, right? So here you explain on the topics that that are in the question. So they discuss the topic sentences by explaining the main ideas and discuss those more fully. So you elaborate on it by providing reasons, examples, facts, results, statistics, or anything else that proves your ideas are true. Suppose if there's a statement which tells that India population is growing rapidly, okay, give some implications of it. So I can say that, so I don't believe that Indian population is growing rapidly. And then I say that is because Indian government is taking a lot of measures to support a small family, right? See here, I am adding an example that, see, I don't believe Indian population is growing rapidly because Indian government is taking a lot of things, right? And I can also talk about facts about the population growth, or I can also talk about some statistics if I have something in mind. This will help us in elaborating rather than just talking about the topic. Okay, if I say, suppose I give another small example to understand better. If the topic is about, okay, why do you think, okay, who is your best friend and why do you think that person is your best friend? So I'll tell, okay, Shreya is my best friend, and also tell an example here. Look at this. Okay, Shreya is my best friend And there was a situation when I was having some trouble understanding a certain topic before my final examination, and she helped me through it. You see, I gave an example why she's my best friend, right? An example not only elaborates your sentence, but it also gives a view to the reader to get attached to the topic, right? Now, so we understood how to elaborate. But suppose if you are a person who is already confident with English and you want to write better, you want to write more, okay, you want to show the system that you want to score higher, okay. So I would recommend the best way of writing is having two ideas in your mind always, okay. I can tell two examples, or I can tell two consequences of particular situation, okay, or I can have two arguments why something is good or why something is not good, right? And first you tell that, suppose Sri Lanka, let's take some easier topic. Okay, if I have to tell that India-Pakistan matches are overrated. Okay, and I say, I say I agree that I agree to the point that India and Pakistan matches are overrated. I think, but this helps us to come, but this helps us. This is having a positive implication, right? I can say that. But this helps us as Indians to come together. Okay, and then I give an example uh, that we have a lot of matches, all the matches between India and Pakistan, which all the Indians come together and cheer for India, which helps increase our unity irrespective of our religions and everything. See how I just made up an answer based on the topic, right? How easy it is. You just have to think of the topic given to you and try support it with an example. Is it easy? Because we might not know facts, we might not know results, but there could be some examples that are running in your mind, right? And there is also some small thing called transitions. So here, I told you we'll talk about two ideas, right, to score the best. So once you do the introductory statement, you can use something like, firstly, I want to talk about why people are growing older faster. Suppose, firstly, I want to talk about the advancement in medical technology. Or once you talk about the advancement in medical technology, you give a small example such as why the mortality rate is growing high. Okay, and then you come to a second sentence, second idea. Then you use a sentence for, secondly, I want to talk about some negative implications, such as there is high increase in population, which is causing us trouble for space and money and everything, right? See here how I'm using the smooth transition. I'm continuously reminding the reader without actually reminding that, see, this is my first idea. This is my second idea. So don't get lost. You're just giving a reminder. You're giving a smooth transition from one idea, which is talking about positive implications, and then you're moving to a second idea, which is negative implications, just to one particular word. Isn't that great? Like you can just play with your words here. Into this, or furthermore, or moreover, or besides that, or than, to, also, both and another, equally important, first, second, etc., again, further, last, finally, not only but also, as well as, in the second place, next, likewise, similarly, in fact, as a result, consequently, in the same way. For example, for instance, cool? Here? Now, let's go. Let's all together write an answer using supporting statements. So our prompt is again the same one. In general, people are living longer. Children, discuss some of the implications of this phenomena. Okay? So our introductory statement said we have both positive and negative implications. So try writing a supporting statement now. Come on. With all the things that we have learned, smooth transition, your idea and elaboration with an example or fact, an explanation. It's so easy, right? Now we have a particular format, how to think about it, how to write about it. I'll give you a quick 1 minute and try writing it. Okay, cool. Having this strategy, how to think and how to write, is going to help you have a better or clearly framed answer. Okay, this is going to help you score better. Few more seconds, guys. Okay, come on. Let's look at the answer now. It says, firstly, see how they have used a transition sentence from the introductory statement. It said, firstly, if people are living longer, we could experience housing strategies. Okay, see here telling some of the implications, how clear they are. We could experience housing shortages. Okay, and now let's see how they are going to expand on the idea called housing shortages. Governments need to think about what type of housing are best for the aging population, right? So they elaborated on the topic housing shortages, right? And the second implication is that people may wait to retire. Okay, this is another consequences because people are getting living longer. They don't want to be without work, so they may wait to retire. And let's see how they'll elaborate on it. If people are living longer, they may choose to work longer and save money for retirement. See how well they have explained. If not an example, they've explained well. The implication is that people may wait to retire. Okay, if people are living longer, they may choose to work longer and save money for retirement. Right? Simple. First, you take a main idea and explain it. Then you take a second idea and explain it. Make sure you use a proper transition statement. Simple. Right? Now let's go. Let's see a second example for the same thing. Okay, one of the most concerning implications, see how we are using another transition statement from the introductory statement. One of the most concerning implications is the burden it has on the taxpayers. Since more and more people are living longer and having longer retirements, there's a shortage of funds available for essentials such as pensions and healthcare. As a result, younger people are picking up the bill through the higher taxes. Can you see how well this answer is formed? First, we started with a transition statement. Then we talked about an idea, which is burden on the taxpayer. Then how well they have explained. If you can write more, this is how you can write more. Okay. Since more and more people are living longer and having long retirements, there's a shortage of funds available for essentials such as pensions and healthcare. And they also gave another transition statement, such as a result of people living longer, younger people are picking up the bills through higher taxes, which means younger people are getting stressed, right? They have to pay more bills, no matter how much they earn, they're paying higher taxes, right? Now let's look at the other idea. On the other hand, look how one of the most concerning they have used as a result. Now they're moving to on the other hand. It's a positive phenomena. Probably first one they spoke about a negative phenomena. On the other hand, indicates you're talking about a positive phenomena, right? So on the other hand, there are social benefits of this phenomena. Now they'll explain what are the social benefits of this phenomenon. One benefit is that grandparents have more time to spend with their grandchildren, right? This is a good phenomenon. This can help build a stronger sense of community and encourage family values. See how well they have given an example of how spending the time with grandchildren will help the next generations, right? Cool. Now, so you have first introduced the statement, then you elaborated on it, right? Now you have to conclude, you have to put an ending sentence. Only then it will completely look like a passage. Otherwise, it's going to look incomplete. We don't want that, right? So, how do we end a sentence? What should an ending sentence contain, right? So, it should tell the reader the important points to remember from the whole passage. You understand? Till now, whatever you have spoken about the ideas, there should be a small remembrance of what are the important points of it. Okay, this is often a paraphrase of the topic sentence. What does this mean? It means here you are recollecting what is your main topic first. Okay, okay. So as people are living longer, this is a burden to the taxpayers. Like you are you're trying to use the prompt again and end it with the important points of your paragraph. Okay, some important points in the concluding phrases that you should remember are to summarize. Right here, you're summarizing because how do you end? Even a chapter also ends with a summary, right? Now, to summarize, or overall, it may be said that it has both positive and negative implications, or taking everything into account, it has both positive and negative implications. See how I'm trying to make sentence just by the sentence that you're reading? On the whole, in general, it can be said that with this in mind, in the end, considering all this. So guys, you will be getting all this kind of phrases in the handouts too. All the information that I have in my presentation is present in your handout. Okay, so to do well in your passages, I want you guys to focus on the introductory phrases, the continuation phrases, okay, the transition phrases, the concluding phrases, because try making it interesting. Try using as many transition phrases as possible. See what would make the passage sound better and try using it. You need to have at least 3 to 4 in your mind right away to do a better passage. Okay, cool. Now, see, now let's try for the same topic to write a concluding statement. Come on, I'll give you a quick 1 minute to write about it. Come on. It is very easy, guys. How you're going to think about it. You have to just find some important points of it and you have to paraphrase it with the prompt topic, then to close it. Okay, use a concluding phrase to do that. Always start with a concluding phrase to do that. Okay, I'll give 30 more seconds for it. You should also practice typing faster. And you can't have a paper or a pen. As the thoughts are coming into your mind, you are supposed to put it on the screen, right? So you should practice typing faster as soon as you are thinking about it. Cool. Okay, now let's look at some of the concluding statements. To conclude, see directly how we have started the sentence. To conclude, life expectancy is going to continue to increase. See how we are paraphrasing the sentence, how we are rephrasing the sentence that we have. It says people are living longer today. Here we are trying to tell, yes, life expectancy is going to continue to increase. Okay, so therefore we need to accept the implications, positive and negative, it will have in society. Okay, you can also say, see, to conclude, life expectancy is going to continue to increase, and therefore there are going to be positive and negative implications, and we have to adapt to the changing population. Okay, so see, it is very easy. You can just talk about what topic that they are using in the end for this, right? Cool. Now let's look at another concluding statement, which is people living longer can have both positive and negative effects on society, and government should adjust laws and services to plan for this change. See how I do not use a concluding phrase, but I used a proper paraphrase. Okay, so to use a proper paraphrase and start a sentence, you need to have a clear idea of what you want to write. If you are using a concluding phrase, it also shows your authority on the English language. Cool? Good. Now, guys, I hope you got a clear idea about how you start, how you elaborate on the ideas, and how you expand and how you transition between your ideas, and then how you conclude. Cool? Yes. Now, guys, we are done with the topic. You're going to get a lot of topics in your handouts. Try writing. There are also a lot of videos on my YouTube which will talk about how to write, expand, and you are only going to get better with practice. Right? Cool. Okay, guys. Now, if you have any doubts, you can put it in the chat box. I'm here to help you out. Any doubts, guys? Okay. If there are no doubts, then I would like moderator to take over the session. For the moderator, can you please take over?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, and all the students. Before I wrap up the session, if you have any problem, any query, you can ask. Or you can leave if you don't have any problem.